Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1. That's right, we are back, HBO. I love to see that HBO, title card before the beginning of the show, letting me know that this is an HBO proper show. And this is just a great show. I was ready to come back to this world. I won't be talking about any game spoilers, but I will be talking about spoilers later on as they happen in the episode. So I'm only covering anything that is TV show canon. We're not going to speculate about the future of the show. I haven't played the games themselves, but I definitely know a little bit about the story that's coming up. Now, obviously, this is an adaptation. We don't know how that's going to play onto the screen. So feel free to leave some comments, but only about the episode itself, only about the episode, maybe the little clip that we saw of the coming in season one. This was a very strong return to the show. I think there's a lot of very natural introductions to new characters. We got some new cast members that are playing different roles. We're getting to see what's been going on in this world after everything that happened in season one. How are these characters relating to each other? How are the relationships themselves? How are they evolving? How are they decaying? Also, what's going on with the clickers, right? Obviously, the infected is a very important part of the story. And then also, what does the rest of the world kind of look like, after whatever period of time has passed since season one? There are some very strong performances here. I think there's some really interesting character arcs that are being set up as well. And then, of course, like I said, there's a lot of very interesting stuff coming up. So we're going to get into spoilers now. If you haven't seen the episode, make sure to go check it out before you watch the rest of this video. So let's do it. Let's get into spoilers. We kick right off with leaving pretty much where we left off at the beginning of season one, right? We are introduced to Abby, played by Caitlin Deaver, and then some of the other Fireflies who are at the funeral for all the people that we saw in the lab. This was a very intense scene. I think Deaver gives a very intense performance in this role of Abby, who, we don't know much about this character yet, other than she lost her father during the events of season one, and she knows that it was Joel who killed them. So obviously she's out for revenge, but is this the right time? We then have a 5-year time jump, which is interesting, and but also a good device to, a lot of these performers have changed in how they look since however long ago they recorded the first season. So it gives them a chance to evolve. It gives a chance to the characters to actually have some story arc, and maybe then the show will go in and fill in some of those gaps. We go back to the community in Jackson, Wyoming, which we see is pretty much it's thriving, but it's also being faced with some pressures of a growing community. How does that affect everything when it comes to infrastructure in this world that, although they have some of the, they have some of the comforts of previous episodes. I mean, of previous, societal luxuries. They're still not there, right? There's still the resources are still slim. The resources are hard to come by. So we get to see Joel, and we're introduced to the character of Dina, played by Isabel Merced, who is one of the new performers as well. They have a conversation. Dina is introduced as Ellie's best friend, and of course, somebody that Joel really appreciates, it seems. Just very quickly, Pedro Pascal and Isabella Merced in this scene set up a lot of how close these people are to each other, which very immediately goes into a lot of very much just building out the world, building out the relationship, very quickly letting us know that they are important to each other and to Ellie as well. So I really love how efficient the show is when it comes to doing some of the stuff. Like the shorthand is so useful because if you just have these scenes, you don't need all this exposition of like who is Dina and how does she play into the role of everything, right? It just feels very natural. We then see Tommy and Ellie at target practice, which once again lets us know Ellie is a little bit of a different person. I do feel like as she's gotten older, she is a little bit more hard-headed, a little bit of a brat, almost reckless. We'll see. We'll talk about that in a second. And a little bit of a bully. Like I know I know it feels like because she is connected to Joel in this way and Tommy, like she maybe feels like she's got a little bit more leverage than a normal person. Also, she's really pushing the boundaries when it comes to like her secret from the community that she does have this an immunity to the infected. Um, we then have a scene where we see how pragmatic Joel is when it comes to the community and keeping this colony going. Right? They're talking about fixing some infrastructure, some pipes that have been infested with roots, and obviously they need to be fixed. Also, they talk about how people keep coming into the community. We see people coming into the community, refugees that need somewhere to stay, somewhere to be, and obviously, this place, although they have some infrastructure, they just don't have a way to really let everyone in. And I think Joel talks about that a little bit. We then see that Joel goes to therapy. This was something that we've seen a little bit in the trailers where we meet Gail, played by Catherine O'Hara, who's also fantastic in this episode. Um, and Joel's dancing around a little bit about what's been going on, how he feels, all the stuff that's going on with Ellie and their relationship, and how it's very fractured. In the meanwhile, we do find out that Joel shot Gail's husband. So there's a mystery. There's a little bit of a mystery there. I don't remember that from season one. It must have been something that we're either going to learn more about, or if I completely forgot, let me know down in the comments. Also, we don't know why is Ellie so mad at Joel. We have some inclinations. It could be definitely, it has to be related to the events of the end of season one, where maybe Joel's lie is finally catching up to him. But we really don't know. We don't know the truth. We don't know exactly why Ellie just has this such a mean attitude towards Joel. Like it's hurtful to see because we saw how close these two characters were in season one. Um, they set out on patrol. Ellie and Dina and some of the other community members set out on a patrol. They go into the supermarket where they find the clicker, and this is where I saw that Ellie, as she's gotten older, has become very complacent, maybe a little bit reckless, a little bit too cocky. Because although they do take care of one clicker, and I think that Ellie and Dina have a really funny relationship. They have this really interesting sense of humor, which works out for both of them. We see that they work very well together because they've probably been doing this for a long. We learned throughout this episode that they've been doing patrols for a little while, so they have good chemistry. But because Ellie's been a little reckless, she falls through the floor. Fortunately, not really hurting herself, although she fell like through like a couple of stories. It seemed like, but maybe some of the stuff broke her fall. But we do see that there is a crawler there who seems a little bit smarter than normal and ends up biting Ellie. So like then and there, I thought that Dina was gonna find out Ellie's secret, but I feel like that may happen later on in the season. We do finally see Joel talking to Ellie. There was this big event that was happening because it was New Year's celebration, uh, and Joel wants to know if Ellie's going to be going. He also wants to fix her guitar, but we see how cold Ellie's being, how distant she's being from Joel. So that really, it just, like I said, it's just very intriguing. Like what's going on with them? What is the reason? We do see the New Year's celebration, year 2029. um, Dina and Ellie end up kissing on the middle of the dance floor, which uh, causes one of the community members, Seth, to lash out at them. And then Joel lashes out at this dude. Like Joe immediately jumps to the rescue, but Ellie doesn't. She pretty much humiliates him a little bit in the middle of the town square in front of everyone. So like yeah, in my notes I just wrote, why is Ellie being so mean to Joel? So we don't really know. We get to see that those broken pipes have the fungus. So the fungus is aware now of what's going on in the community. And then to close out the episode, we see Abby's group is closing in on the community as well of Jackson. So, yeah, all the pieces are there. I feel like this was a really good episode to just reopen this world back up and get things going. But we're definitely gonna end up diving a little bit more into everyone's backstory. A lot of these questions that have been set up in this first episode, I hope that we get a lot of those answers and that we go back and explore those situations. And I just really want to know why Ellie is being so mean to Joel. Like that is my number one concern. Pedro Pascal is just delivering such a great performance. He looks beaten down. It's crazy to see him in like in this role when we're seeing him in like different roles. Like all the stuff that we've been seeing from Fantastic Four, how different of a character he is. Yeah, this he's Pascal is a fantastic performer, along with everyone in the cast, including all the new additions. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where we go from here. Like I said, I won't be talking about any spoilers from the video game because I think that if you have played the video games, you already have maybe an outlook of what's going on. But this video is really for everyone to enjoy that's watching the show. I think anybody that wants to go find out more about the games can do so on their own. Maybe we'll talk about some of the differences and all that at the end of the season, especially because we know that this is a larger story. There's going to be at least 3 seasons from what we know. So how will that second part of this story be broken up in this adaptation? So let me know, what did you think of this episode of The Last of Us? As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Make sure to watch those making of The Last of Us that show up after the episodes. I think those are very insightful. We get to hear from the actors, but also from Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason and just like everyone involved with the show. Very, very cool stuff, especially this first one. And although I didn't go back and watch the first season again, the recap I think was great, and it really gave you everything that they're very good at putting recaps together. So I really appreciate that. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to share, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye.